Hey, booze. Oh my goodness. How y'all doing? Tonight. Ooh, we're going back to the basics today, and we're going to be talking about your brand voice. How do you make that? How do you figure that out? You know, all of that good stuff. But it's too quiet in here, so you know what? We need to get some tunes. So here we go. I'll put some tunes on. Hey, booze, I'm so excited you're here. So look, we're going to get right into it because at the taping of this episode, it's Super Bowl Sunday here in the U.S. And yeah, everybody want to watch Rihanna. Okay, so that's okay. I'm gonna catch her on the replay. But anyways, I wanted to come to you live and give you all of the deets of what we're going to be talking about today. Today, we're going to be talking about this right here, honey. Yes, we're going to be talking about how to create your unique brand voice. I know. So I'm going to jump right into it because we got to get through all of this here stuff. Okay. So let's talk about this. So how do you define your voice? Right? It's a good question. It's really something that's really crucial to connect you to your audience, right? To connect you to the people that you're called to, to do stuff for. So it's really important for you to define your unique voice. And I know it's difficult when, you don't have a clue as to how to go about it or whatever, but really, it's time to go back to the basics, y'all. Okay, so let's jump into that DeLorean and go back to the basics. Okay, so this is what we got to do right here. To define your personal brand, you have to remember your personal brand is you. Okay, you are the brand. Okay, just in case you forgot. Okay, you are the brand. So, is it quirky? Is it serious? Is it playful? Is it professional? These are some of the things that would affect your tone, the tone of voice that you have when you're in front of your ideal audience, right? So, so it has to be congruent. So let's say, for instance, even if you're not doing personal brands, let's say you're doing a corporate brand, right? Now you have to behave everywhere that aligns with that brand's culture, right? So, so it works for corporate and it works for personal brands. So first things first, you got to be yourself. Okay. You got to be yourself. This is probably the most important piece. You got to be yourself when you're defining this, because if you try to be somebody else, it's not going to work. You have to be unique. You have to be genuine. You have to, do all those things because people can see right through that if you're not, right? You'll help to connect them on a deeper level if you do it. If you're really, just being yourself. Now, you got to know your audience. And Canva is having some difficulties right now, and it's not playing my video, but basically, there it is. You got to know what they want and what they need, right? And you got to put all those two things together. So, you got to know what they want. So for whatever reason, that slide doesn't want to work, but you know what? The show must go on. See, now this one works. Okay. You got to be consistent, right? Once you found what your brand voice is, you got to be consistent with it across all the platforms and everywhere, right? Don't be trying to switch it up. That just makes people confused. Okay. So don't be doing that. Okay. So the next thing you got to do is also be creative. Another slide that doesn't want to work. How about that? So anyway, what should be on the screen should be a brain spinning around. There it is. Right? Okay. You got to be creative. And so if your brand is boring and flat, hey, and if that's what you want to put out, that's totally fine. But, if you want to kind of like stick out in the crowd, you got to be a little bit, be creative with it, be expressive, let your personality shine through. And, this can grab someone's attention and, just kind of show them what you're working with. Right. And you got to have fun with it. Okay. You got to remember to have fun. Look, it's too stressful out there to try to be somebody else. You got to have fun with it in order to like really enjoy what you're doing. Right. And this could help other people fall in love with your brand and in your brand voice too. Okay. So in case you forgot, you are your brand. Okay. You are your brand. So now, once you figure all these things out, right? Once you figured all these things out, now it's time to write down these guidelines, right? So you have something to go with, and, to have your standard operational procedures and stuff, right? So it's a good idea for you to figure all these things out, right? So that you can understand your target audience, so that you can, figure out your brand personality and, do some things where you might want to like check in and see, hey, what are my competitors doing, right? How do I stick out? How do I set myself apart, right? From what they're doing. So you got to look and see what they're doing too, right? So do some research, right? Make sure that, you're on the cutting edge, that you're not like so far left. Maybe you might want to be that way. I don't know. Maybe that's what makes you different and what makes you stand out. But figure out what they're doing, right? And then figure out how you could differentiate yourself, right? Get some inspiration from other brands. Like there's so many brands that are out there that you can be inspired by, right? Get some inspiration from some of these other brands and figure out, hey, what is it about them that's unique? And then you turn that inward and figure that out about you. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about this series. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to create brand consistency all over social media and all the places. So let's get back to finishing up our homework. Okay. So part of what we're going to be doing this week would be to figure out your brand voice. I created a little worksheet for you. I did. Because I love me a worksheet. So anyway, so this worksheet is free 99. Okay. So this is where you go to get it. You go to lbcbranding.link/voice and you can pick up this here worksheet. Okay. And it is amazeballs, if I do say so myself, because it will help you to discover what your voice is and all of that. So there's a nice little exercise on there. There are a lot of different little adjectives and you can, just download the sheet. It'll tell you what to do. Okay. Now, the other thing that I also want to share with you as we're doing this Back to the Basics series this month is this is another document that can help you to kind of figure out your SOPs, right? So this document is amazing. It is on my website and I can give you the link for this. The link will be in the description below so that you can go ahead and download this for free. Okay. Now this talks about your business, your brand. It talks about how you can do all the things, define your mission, define your culture, define, your brand, define all those things, and then figure out a way that you can kind of like just sit back and have some perspective about what you're doing. So I'm super, super excited about all of this. And my question to you is, have you found your brand voice yet? If you have, let me know in the comments below, because I would so want to talk with you and just kind of like talk about how you figured that out. So, oh my goodness. I wanted to do this super quick, right? Because, halftime show. I know the halftime show. I know it's so silly. But anyways, here, let me go ahead and do this so I can see. Oh my goodness. So here, you got a lot of things to think about. Okay. Some homework, I'm always going to give you some homework to do. So, just go ahead and go to, the link will be in the description below. Go to lbcbranding.link/voice and you can download that voice, the worksheet that basically helps you to figure out what your brand voice is. I know, right? I know. So, I'm super, super excited. And I wanted to do this one quick so that, we could get back to our regularly scheduled programming. So anyways, I'm super excited that you came to join me today. Just in case you don't know who I am, let me tell you who I am, booze. Okay. My name is Michelle Lawrence with LBC Branding. I help you stand out so that you can make your mark in the world. The way I do that is with my MARK method, which stands for mindset, authenticity, revenue, and knowledge. I do that via classes and courses and social learning just like this. So what are you waiting for? It's time for you to make your mark. Okay. So with that, we out. Okay. Short and sweet and to the point. I may redo this episode because I don't know, Canva was tripping and it was getting on my nerves, but you know what? Hey, I got the information out, and you know what? Done is better than perfect. So I'm so excited. So excited you guys came to join me today to talk about creating your brand voice and doing all of the things. So until next time, deuces. See you next week.